Namaste, beloved. How are you? My name is Syma, and I am a sacred feminine and spiritual coach and author. And I am so excited to share with you some tips today on how you can overcome your fears from a sacred feminine perspective. This is something I'm so passionate about because it is my mission to support sensitive, soulful people like yourself all over the world and overcoming your fears and really reclaiming your divine power and flourishing in every way. And to the sensitive and soulful women that I support, I love to help them to flourish into the goddesses that they are. And in my practice, what I find is as I'm helping my clients overcome their blocks so that they can manifest their dreams, all our blocks, right, all the struggles that we face on the outside in our life usually come back to what's happening inside. And in our inner world, the things that create all the frustration and struggle and strife for us is the root always comes back to our fear, living from a place of fear. And very often we're not even conscious of the kinds of fears that are sabotaging all of our dreams and our efforts and even our inspired actions, right? So it's really important for us, my love, to be very aware of what these fears are and to overcome them in a powerful way so that we can be free to move forward with courage and confidence and faith and optimism and surrender. So what I would love to share with you are some goddess archetypes that can support you along this path if you're open to a feminine and spiritual way on how to face and overcome your fears, my love. So in order to start, the first goddess that we meet on our path is the beautiful Greek goddess Persephone. And Persephone is both the goddess of springtime and new beginnings and beauty, as well as the queen of the underworld, because every winter she descends into the underworld. And initially she was abducted into the underworld by the god Hades, and she was a victim, but then she overcame her fate and transcended it and became the queen of the underworld who began to guide the souls in the afterlife, right? And so she really took her throne. And in my healing work, when I work with Persephone with my clients, specifically in my program, Heal and Transform Your Greatest Inner Blocks, one of the first steps that we do is we work with Persephone and delve into the underworld of your unconscious, because that's where the root of your fear normally is. And in fact, we carry fears that we internalize from childhood experiences, and we can even absorb and internalize the fears of our parents. We can have the fears of our mother when we were in her womb get imprinted onto us. And from a spiritual perspective, we can even carry fear from past lives and our lineage as well, right? And these get stored in our chakras. So specifically, for example, a fear of survival would be at the root chakra. A fear of intimacy or abandonment could be at the sacral, which is the sexual chakra. And then so fear of being in your power, that's something I personally really struggled with, is being in my power, is at the solar plexus chakra, right? And a fear of being alone or again abandoned or intimacy, love, being supported, trusting others, that can be a block around the heart. A fear of expressing yourself, taking a stand for yourself, being truthful, going for your creative dreams, all that can be a block around the throat chakra. And so on we go. Here, there's a lot of spiritual blocks that can happen over here. If you're afraid of awakening your spiritual gifts or coming out of the spiritual closet. So there are so many fears that we all carry, and I want you to know that it's natural. But the goddess traditions, they do not shy away from the dark. They do not shy away. In fact, like Persephone, there are many goddesses who delve into the dark. Sedna is the goddess of the ocean. And again, the ocean, the underworld. These are metaphors for our own unconscious mind. And through your spiritual work, I would love for you to learn and practice delving into your own unconscious in order to face your fears. Because you have to face them before you can overcome them. You have to know what they are. And so you can work with a healer like myself through a program or coaching sessions. You can journal. Journaling is wonderful. You can just start writing whatever is coming to you. I'm afraid of, or my fears are. Really connect with your fear. And in my work, we even personify your fear so you can really face it. So facing your fear and being unafraid to delve into the darkness, even inside of you, the parts of you that are most afraid. Sometimes it's your inner child that's still really scared, right? So it could involve inner child healing work or past life work. And that's all included in the work that I do with my clients, but that's something you may wish to explore in order to get to the root of your fear, my love. So the next goddess that we meet on our path that I invite you to consider working with and awakening inside of yourself is the Buddhist goddess Kuan Yin. And Kuan Yin is the goddess of infinite compassion, grace, mercy, forgiveness, and wisdom. And so here, this is first and foremost being so tender with yourself, being so gentle with yourself, right? Not coming from a place of judgment. When we take responsibility for overcoming our fears and, manifesting our dreams, we don't want to do it from a place of judgment or regret and being hard on ourselves. We want to be so compassionate. We want to awaken the inner Kuan Yin who lives in the pink lotus at the center of the heart, to help us to be so compassionate with ourselves and also to be compassionate with your fear. So for example, if you are looking for a soulmate relationship, consciously, but you feel like your efforts are sabotaged and you're not meeting the right person, deep down, first of all, the cause of that could be an internal unconscious fear. And in my work, often the kinds of fears we'll discover is a fear of abandonment. That's a really popular one, right? And we all go through so much in our lives that most of us can have a fear like abandonment. And the deeper root behind that is a fear that I'm not worthy or that I don't deserve to be loved and committed to and supported and cherished and adored, right? So that deserves our love and compassion. And so what you want to do is give that part of yourself the reassurance and the love and the unconditional support that it needs, because we're often looking for someone else to give that to us, which is the root of so much of our suffering, that if only once I get my soulmate, or once I achieve this goal or get that dream job, then I'll be content and happy. But meanwhile, there's something so much deeper that can be blocking us from experiencing those outer circumstances and wishes. But deeper than that is the knowing that you're already complete and everything is already inside of you. So when you learn how to give yourself the ultimate inner essence of what you are seeking to experience spiritually, our spirit always wants freedom and love and joy and peace and expansion. That's why we think we want certain things, but what we really want is to experience those higher level states, right? And so you can give yourself the permission to reassure your fear self that everything you need, you can give that to yourself already, right? So just so much compassion and forgiveness for anyone involved who contributed to developing your fears. That's really important, and that's something that's very imperative in the work that I do in my program with my clients. So after a lot of that compassion, then we awaken the inner badass, the warrioress, the Kali. Kali is now here, that if there are toxic and disempowering patterns that you are holding on to, it's time to cut that cord. It's time to slay those demons. It's time to take back your power and reclaim your divine power. You are such a powerful being. So you're not a victim. You're not powerless over your fears. So Kali is that inner part of you that is just almost gives you that sense of wrath, like enough. I've had enough. No more. Right? And sometimes we get to this place only when we hit rock bottom. Sometimes we get to this place when all the certainty in our life all of a sudden is taken from us, And if we don't face our fears at the level that Kali needs us to and calls us to and invites us to, sometimes she'll do it for us, right? So if you're so afraid of being abandoned or alone that you find yourself being in relationships that don't honor you, Kali will make them worse for you. She'll make you find yourself come home and that partner's cheating on you, right? Or if you're in a job that really just sucks your soul dry, where you're not honored and respected, where you know that your gifts, your passions, your calling is not being, cultivated, and you don't have a chance to express that and serve in that way, then if you don't overcome your fear and start doing the work that you're meant to do and take that leap of faith and start that business or even a side business, or take the training that you need to take, or, just start taking inspired steps, Kali will maybe get you fired, right? And by that, I mean, it's just that benevolent force of the universe that has your best interests at heart and will push you lovingly, but very uncomfortably. In tarot, it's like when you're in the Tower card. Everything turns upside down. So you don't need that to happen, my love. you have the power already to slay your deepest, darkest fears, and at the same time having a lot of compassion for yourself with that Kuan Yin in the process. So then as we move forward, once we have obliterated our fears, right, with that Kali fierceness, she sprang from Durga's forehead. So she is that ultimate focus. So you're so clear in your intention of being free. Then you come back to truth. Then you strip away all that's untrue, all those fears, and you awaken your inner Sophia, your inner wisdom. Sophia is the goddess of wisdom. The feminine soul of God is one of her name meanings. So she is where you now invoke the higher perspective, your higher spiritual perspective, the next guidance on your path. And this is how you replace those old fears with the truth, with beliefs that honor you and that are rooted in a place of divine truth that will support you, that will empower you, that will encourage you, that will lovingly push you forward to take those leaps of faith, right? To take that stand, to quit that corporate or toxic job, to leave that toxic relationship, to do anything that you need to do to take a stand for yourself, right? So Sophia will help you to do that from a place of wisdom and grace. So it's really wonderful here to meditate and to connect with your inner wisdom. And I have a course on this as well. It's Awakening the Goddess, Reclaiming Your Sacred Feminine Wisdom, where I take you through goddesses, including Sophia, on how to connect with your wisdom. And I'll leave a link for that in the description if you'd like to know. So finally, once we have replaced the old fear-based thoughts and beliefs with our divine wisdom, and we set ourselves, right? We programmed our inner conscious and unconscious beliefs. Then the next step is to blaze forward fearlessly, like this goddess Brigit, the Celtic fiery goddess. She's a triple goddess. And then this is just being reignited, right? And that fire energy, and I'm also actually wearing yellow for that, is the color of the solar plexus. This is your inner fire. This is a part of you that once you have reclaimed your power and overcome your fears, you're really strong in your solar plexus. When it's healthy, it's like an inner sun that shines. So it's this infinite source of light and strength inside of you, like a lioness. And so that fiery Brigit, that warrioress, is what you want to now cultivate and reclaim to move forward and to take that action, to take the inspired steps and not have unconscious fears sabotaging your efforts. Okay, my love? So you want to just blaze forward fearlessly. And that said, the fears can still be there, and that's okay. It's normal. We're human. It's natural, right? But don't let them stop you from doing what your heart is guiding you to do. Because oftentimes your confidence doesn't come first. It only comes after you try something. And so if something doesn't work out, you laugh at yourself, keep a sense of humor about it, learn, keep the lessons, and then move forward. And then if you take that step and it does work out really well, then celebrate and then keep going to the next level. So I hope this supports you, my loves, in not only learning how to face and overcome your fears, but then how to replace them and to move forward from a place of grace and empowerment and zest and inspiration and joy. So I really hope that supported you. This month, I just started monthly goddess circles online where me and women from all over the world meet in an online platform. And the first goddess we focused on was Brigit, and the circle name is Blazing Forward Fearlessly, Awakening Your Inner Brigit to move forward on your path with courage, clarity, and confidence, something like that. So if you'd like information about that, I'll leave a link for you because it's just a beautiful way for you to go through a guided meditation, and I give a lot more reflection and journaling questions, and we have a lovely Facebook group to support you as well, a private group. So I hope that helps you. If you'd like to learn about my private program, Heal and Transform Your Greatest Inner Blocks, just visit my website at flourishinggoddess.com and go to our goddess coaching session, and you'll see some information there, my loves. But I hope this has served you. And if you'd like to stay connected, come on over to my site where I will be so happy to give you a free guided meditation where you will actually awaken some of these goddesses inside of you. And I'm going to take you through all of your chakras because, like I said, our fears can be lodged in our chakras. And I want you to overcome them and to embrace all the gifts. So you meet 14 goddesses, 2 at each chakra. So flourishinggoddess.com and just sign up for the newsletter and you'll get that free gift. So I hope that serves you. Subscribe on YouTube if you'd like more videos like this. Leave me a comment. Tell me how this has supported you, and, maybe even share with us what fears you're going to be overcoming, what action you're going to be taking, what new beliefs you're going to be forming and replacing your old fears with. We'd love to hear from you, my love. And I would love for you to subscribe. Join me on Facebook and Instagram as well. I'm at Flourishing Goddess. So thank you so much for being a part of this community. Thank you so much for watching. And I just really hope that this has inspired you and empowered you to reclaim your power and to move forward fearlessly, because the world wants you to shine and we are waiting for you to take those leaps of faith and to be happy. Your happiness is a gift to us all. So I'm sending you all my love. Namaste.